A stem plot or a stem and leaf plot is another way to organize and display our data. To do this, we want to be able to use our graphing calculator to easily sort our data set. We're going to be entering our data in the list feature and then using these steps to be able to sort our data and use that information to be able to create our stem and leaf plot. In a stem and leaf plot, your data set is sectioned off to where the very last digit creates your leaf and the first digit or digits are your stem. Let's look at an example. In this example, we're looking at a local kitten rescue that deals with hundreds of abandoned and newborn kittens each year. Below are some of the weights in grams for kittens less than 1 week old. We want to create a stem and leaf plot to display this data and then look at the distribution of that data. So you can see that we have a large data set. None of it is in order. It's just kittens that came into this rescue that were weighed in grams. For a stem and leaf plot, we want to condense this data down where you're going to see the stem on the left-hand side is the first 1 or 2 digits, and then a vertical line. And our leaf is going to be the very last digit. And when you create a stem and leaf plot, the values of the leaves need to be in order. This is why we want to use the sort feature in our calculator. The first thing you want to do is create the list of this data in your calculator. I've already done that, and you'll notice that the data is not in order. To be able to use the sort feature, you're going to hit the stat, scroll down to sort A, and what that's going to do is ascending, hit enter, and then you need to tell the calculator what list your data is in. To do that, you need to hit second and whatever number on your calculator has the list in. Mine is in list 1, so when I hit 1, it's going to put L1. And again, it's going to say done. When I go back into stat and go look at my list, now it's in ascending order. This will make it really easy to be able to show all of the leaves of my data set and be able to write them in order. So I can see that in the 70s, or representing 70 grams, I have a value of 78. To represent the other values in the 80s, I can then just use my down arrow to show all the values in the 80 grams in order. So 84, 84, 85, 86. All of these values are now in order, and I can put them now on my chart as the leaves of my. As I continue through my list and writing all of the values that I see as my leaves, you'll notice that as I get into triple digits, I'm still only writing the 1 digit on the very last right-hand side. So that way, as I see 100, that represents 100 as one of my data values. 103 represents 103 as a data value. 119 represents 119. Each of these individual values on the right represent one of my individual data values. So I can clearly see my data set represent in a short, condensed, and displayed fashion. I'm now able to more easily see how my data is displayed. Is it in a normal bell-shaped curve type of distribution? Is this a skewed right or a skewed left distribution? That's not something that I can clearly see by just looking at a data set in a long string. However, when I condense this down into a stem and leaf plot, it's a lot clearer to be able to see this. This is a skewed right distribution. If I look at the data values along the smaller end of the number line up to the larger end of the number line, more of my data values are chunked on the left-hand side and then taper down towards the right-hand side of the number line.